Will girls tell their friends that I'm small down there if we hook up?
It probably depends on what you mean by small. Unless you're on the far end of the bell curve, I doubt it'll be remarked upon. Just to be safe, put in some extra effort to make sure she has a good time. Best practice regardless. Even if she's inclined to, make sure she's also inclined to follow it up with, "But oh God, he was so good." Everyone's different, but I advise trying performing oral on her as long as you possibly can, without complaint. Heavily depends on the girl. We are not a hive mind but individuals. Some girls, or rather women, will gossip about bedroom stuff with their friends, others consider the topic to be private between themselves and their partner and will tell their friends nothing. Depends. If you're good, they might just tell their friends that small dicks are better. If you're bad, they might blame it on your small penis. And then there's the girls who don't talk about dick size at all. Either way, I don't think you should let it get to you. Focus on enjoying and make sure your girl enjoys too. Do you actually have a small penis or has porn just misled you? I am wildly mediocre down there and I'm not particularly talented at thrusting. I have all manner of tricks to wreck a girl before I even start to enjoy myself. The past few partners have appreciated my hands very much. My present girlfriend never had multiples before we met. Your skill with toys can make her brag to her friends about you too. Make her orgasms more important than yours and most women will not be left wanting.
Some might. Some won't. But, in the end, it's not really the size that matters. It's the entire experience.
I was the only man at my job for years and the girls would often forget I was around. Holy shit, the stuff women talk about. So much worse than dudes. I almost never heard them talk about the size of a man's junk though. I don't think size is anywhere near as important to women as it is to men. Unless you're too small to hit the sides or too big to get it in, they won't mention it. When I overheard them complaining, it was usually because the guy either couldn't get it up, tried to stick it in too soon, or refused to go down.
I can say that my girlfriends and I don't discuss details, if at all. Conversations usually entail things like, he wants sex more than I do or vice versa. I don't think it's my business to talk about someone else's bits, and none of their business what my sex life is like, whether good or bad. We all have choices to stay or go if it doesn't suit us and it's important. One person's small is another's perfect?
Not unless they really don't like you or they're exceptionally thoughtless. Women get that dick size is a pain point for men, and we really don't talk about it if it's going to hurt them for the most part. One of my friends hooked up with a guy with a micro penis. We definitely heard about that.
Not to speak for all girls but in general what I've noticed is it's less about the size but the experience. We don't automatically talk shit if you're on the smaller side. If you're small, or don't last long but make the effort to give head or foreplay. Or just actually bother paying attention to their pleasure in response. There aren't complaints. It's usually the instances where it's 1 minute of jackhammering. Maybe with a smaller peen and asking, "Did you cum?" That's talked about. Having a smaller dick isn't a horrible thing. It's the overall experience and actively caring about your partner's pleasure that matters. It depends on the girl and how you act. If you're a total douche then basically every girl would make fun of you, but if you're nice and polite a lot, prob won't. I believe it was George Carlin who said, "Make her come 3 times before she even sees your dick." The guy I'm with right now I'd say is on the smaller side. He's very self-conscious about it, which I understand. I'm self-conscious about a lot of different things about my body too. But we both do our best to make each other feel attractive. No way in hell am I going to go blabbering to people about dick size. He shows me more attention in the bedroom than anyone I've been with. Only if it also includes a story. I've only included small dick anecdotal notes when talking about one guy and that's because I found he had a GF. And the dick info was just part of the full picture. Turns out girls are people who are all different from each other and do different things. I would say most decent people would not do something like that. However, there are shitbags who talk down about their sexual partners with their friends. There really isn't an accurate way to answer this questions about a broad group of people. Up if your focus is on her pleasure and her alone instead of yourself. She will not talk about your size. She'll talk about your selfness. Trust me, most women are very surprised when a man is more focused on them. They will talk, but you can let that stop you. You go to war with the army you have. Ah, sweetie. Not if you go down on her and give her at least 1 and preferably 2 or 3 good orgasms. Then that's all she'll talk about. For what it's worth, I have slept with lots of people. The variation in penis size is largely a myth. Most men are somewhere from 4 to 6 inches. Most of the penises I've ever seen in my life have looked alike.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.